here on this Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise Monday to tell us it's time to take some action is Jack Lansing from UBS Financial Services. Well, nice of you to join us. Thanks for being here. But
good to be
on
here.
A Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise Monday, to be honest, the stress of the market hurting our health, making us less wealthy. And a lot of us are questioning just how wise we are to even be invested in the stock market. So what's happening here that we've had these huge swings?
Well, I think you've seen, as some news becomes reality, talk of the campaign, but when there's actual real discussion now about the Chinese tariffs, I think that really gave the market some jitters. And then once that happens, momentum kind of picks up some steam, and I think it kind of gets overdone.
You know, that's it. You stand around, basically, it's truly happened in the neighborhood in the evening, iced teas, glasses of wine, things like that. Neighbors just talking. What's the deal? Like, I feel like I've got people just controlling my destiny on Wall Street. That it's a bunch of gamblers because you're up 400 in the morning, you're down 200 by the end of the day. How can you have these swings? How can there be that big an impact? And what news can do that in one day when we aren't having world events happening?
Well, I think we went through a long period where there was very little volatility, and we all agreed earlier this year that it's back, it's here now, and we have an expression in our business, all these gains, they're built on a wall of worry. And so when you get this news that kind of impacts things, the concern would be, if you play it out, if this does turn into a big trade war, it could lead to a global recession. So there's some potential fear about there that is real.
Does that appear to be where we are heading, or does it appear that the markets are calming down a little bit, presuming something else might happen?
Well, I think we're seeing news this morning that now it appears this is going to be a dialogue we're entering into rather than a trade war. So I think that's why you're seeing a calming effect, and we're seeing a lot of green this morning. We hope that would continue.
So what does an investor do in markets like this? And perhaps we add into that, what is the long-term outlook from economists, that the market is going to be like this all year, or will we see a change?
Well, I think a few things. One is we're probably going to see this volatility here to stay for a while, so you have to get used to it. Our outlook longer term, 6-12 months out, very positive still for the global economy and the markets. So the best thing to do is try to tighten up your seatbelt a little bit. And one thing we are doing, if you have some big concentrated stock positions, do something to hedge those a little bit, just in case you get some sort of reaction there.
Well, you said something key to me that I wonder, maybe it was just a blanket to encompass the entire globe, the world economy. But when you say global economy, should people think about, perhaps when you said perhaps downsize a little bit on some really big U.S. stocks, go into something international, emerging, or something like that, if they find something they like? It's
a very good time to be diversifying overseas right now. Last year was one of the first years in a long time. Virtually the entire planet had a good year in growth. We think that will continue this year. Don't miss out on that. Diversify a little bit for safety's sake.
All right, always do what you're comfortable with and keep going forward. Thank you for the insight. All right, we're going to keep our fingers crossed on that.